Hello everybody. Super good morning to everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Kevin Chan here, bringing you live another one more session. And today is 8:30 in the morning since it's Monday, and we are at the juncture of talking about the March forecast energy for QiMen, right? So we have done the 10-day master yesterday. We have done the feng shui the day before. So right now we'll be looking at the QiMen energy signature for those of you who are into QiMen. So this particular month is called a Fuyin stem month, right? So as you can see, the stem are top bottom the same, and also is a Fuyin star month, so which means that the month is all in the original position, right? So when you are plotting that time, that is in the original position or where it's supposed to be, right? So in study of QiMen, Fuyin mean no movement, right? So again, it's neither good or neither bad, right? So having no movement means that you have a bit of a time to do a bit of a reflection. So a lot of time I've repeated, right? So we're beginning of the year, whereby December you are very hot, a lot of aspiration, your New Year resolution. By the time you reach January, everything get abandoned. For us who are doing Chinese metaphysics, it starts at February, right? So February is the beginning of the years of the snake. So some people would have already have some plans. Some people would have executed the plan. So the second month right now is the month of a rabbit. Is the time whereby you might want to take a look at the thing that you have executed or the plan that you have, and do a bit of a revision on the direction or the further movement of the plan there is, right? So that's why today we are taking a look at the QiMen energy signature, right? So come, let me shrink myself down to the smaller version so that I don't block anybody's view, right? So as usual, getting in touch with me is either you can go through Telegram, you can join the Telegram group, plenty of things to download from the Telegram group if you want to, or you can go and join the newsletter. Right, so newsletter is where all the forecasts and also any excursion experience I have, I'll publish inside the Substack, right? So you can go there and read, right? So, or you can go through the community channel. And by the way, this is being broadcast live in the community channel on Facebook itself, right? So there's for those of you who want to watch this on live, then you can go to Facebook and basically watch it. All right, so that's where we are at. So you can use typing astro if you want to print your QiMen destiny chart, right? So destiny chart, the one that normally you look at is the what we call the 八字, right? So the 八字 destiny chart is the one that normal that you look at. So what happened with QiMen is that they uses your time of birth and then they plot it on 8 different directions. So this one, the plotting method changed a little bit. 八字 don't have any direction when they are plotting. So this one have actual direction that they are actually plotting, right? So they put it on different direction, which each of it has a different palace, right? So for you are starting out new, you just have to pay attention to your destiny palace, which is the one that is highlighted in red, right? So that is called your palace of origin. So every single month there's different energy, QiMen energy that comes into it. It augments your mindset, right? It changes your mindset itself. Right, so whether that particular month you are thinking clearly, not thinking clearly, having the good thought, not having good thought, is what we take a look at, right? So go and remember where's your destiny palace, right? So of course, for those of you who are more advanced, right? So you can specifically target a specific palace, like the palace that has to do with your wealth accumulation, the palace has to do with your career development, the palace has to do with your relationship, all those palaces are labeled inside this particular software, right? So you can just go and take a look. So different energy go in, it changes the quality of that particular aspect in your life. That's just what we want to know, right? So what is the changes that are coming in so that you can be better prepared to handle the situation when it happened, right? So this is the QiMen chart for the month of March, right? So month of the March, right? So every single month the energy distribution will start to move. So all the 4 components inside, the stem component will move, the deity component will move, the door component will move, the star component will move. So that's why you get a sort of like a fresh situation every single month that help enhances the way that you handle the month and the direction that you basically are going, right? So now at this current moment, the chat screen is not moving, or you guys are not clicking anything on the chat screen, right? So but it's fine, right? So don't worry about that, okay? Right, so anything at all, right? So you guys want to watch this, just come back here to watch, right? So month of March, which is the month of rabbit, so we will go to the rabbit direction, which is the east. So each and every places has their own specific direction, which is the east, right? So then we go into the east and take a look at it, right? So if you take a look at it, everything is basically black color. Everything is basically black color for east, right? So you have the tortoise, you have the destructor, then you've got the double run together. Actually, this combination not really the best combination you can have, right? So with the live door there, a lot of people may have the wrong perception that there's gonna be. Now you see, a lot of time when we talk about live door, everybody brain start we go to, oh, money, a lot of money. Now live door is addressing continuation of a process. It's not addressing money. Please just tell you that first, right? So please don't associate anything with money. In actual sense, in the entire world of Chinese metaphysics, there is actually no component called money. Right, there's a component called effort, which is the live door, by the way, and continuous effort is gone through by using the live door. So with the live door together with the tortoise together, it gives you the false impression of having abundancy. All right, so it's a feeling that oh no, maybe what we call paper gain in the stock market world is called paper gain. Right, you see that the stock market pricing is going up. Oh no, I'm holding this stock, the stock price went up. Right, but if you don't sell the stock, right, you never realizes the gain. It's actually you don't have any money, right? So it's like very recently, the Nvidia thingy, suddenly one day, they can lose a few $1 billion, right? Just like that, right? So it's like the money is not really fixed. So same thing here, right? The situation is that you may have that particular feeling of abundancy. It look like you have some resources, but it's actually not real. It's not real. So the thing right now is that if you want the thing, then you need to realize it, right? You need to realize the thing. So which means that you need to sell it to the market, right? So the one that you need to be careful of is that you don't scam yourself. Right, you don't have that particular magnificent feeling that everything is all right. I got a live door there. I'm gonna be great, right? So that's gonna be the thing, right? So lesser exceeding, right? So lesser exceeding means that the gap is actually very small, right? So it's actually telling you because this one, the overall thing is that it is not really very strong. It suggests that there's gonna be massive changes. So these massive changes is gonna be triggered very easily. Right, it's going to be very trigger. So once these massive changes trigger, the spiraling effect, which is we're going to abundance, is going to be pretty big. Right, so that's why you need to be very careful. So now, if you superimpose a different level of what we call scenario onto it, if let's say that this is your relationship palace, all right, so then probably the entire idea is that you think there was actually a good relationship, but in actual sense it is not. Then certain things happen, it triggers, it spirals out of control, right? If this is actually your career palace, you think that your career is fine, everything is going to be great, the project that you're doing is going to fly, but then only you realize that everything that you were thinking of was actually just a mirage only. Right, so and then when the things start to unravel, then it become worse and worse. It's like just the other day, I saw in the internet, somebody was asking for help, saying that the company I work for suddenly shut down. Now what can I do? It's like, the company they work for is in financial trouble. You don't know one, you blur case until like that. Right? Can like that, company suddenly shut down, It's like, you're the last person, last day, the boss come over and tell, hey, tomorrow no need to come to work already, our company closed down already. Then only you start to worry about, how am I going to get compensation for myself, all like that is not fair, right? So I don't know how you stay inside La La Land for so long. That's the situation, right? So take a look at, your situation, right? So please don't scam yourself. especially for greed and everything, right? So you need to be careful of that. So we change to the northeast. So the northeast is all red. When you see all red, people normally say that this must be really, really very good, right? So again, all black not necessarily bad, not all red not necessarily good. But anyway, this particular one, if we take a look at it, it is really pretty good in terms of resource gathering. Rest door has to do with passive income. Rest door have to do with passive income. Ambassador is the ability to negotiate with people. Earth basically is telling you do have the resources that is available for you to do a lot of things, right? So if you take a look at the hexagram, is basically a bliss hexagram. Bliss hexagram means that no care, no less, everything seems to be fine. You're pretty happy right now at this current moment, right? So which means that this particular palace is actually pretty good. Right, so if you want to use this palace for relaxation purpose, it gives you that assurance, that particular confidence that everything that you are doing is fine. So in terms of the Fuyin effect, is that it's really a good time for you to sit down and list down resources that you have. So which means that it's time for you to review your resource, right? Review a resource, take a look at, I got this particular resource with me, and how am I going to use this resource for the rest of the year? So it's for you to do a bit of a stock take now that everybody is okay, right? So in terms of, let's say, in terms of business, it's really also going to do stock take, is to take a look at, this product is selling very well. So, what am I supposed to do with this product? Now I got a bit of this product as a stock living here. What can I do with this particular product or stocks, that I'm having right now? How can I do a quick sale to send this one away, So those sort of decision making, where you have higher level of confidence with you, right? So you can use this particular palace to do. So of course, if this is your destiny palace, this particular month, mindset wise, you are a little bit more assured than other people, right? So which means your confidence level is a little bit more higher, right? So this is like a person who has plenty to eat, right? So now this is also a good time for you to think of what we call how can I further leverage this to build relationship with other people. Now when you are in abundance, when you are in excess, this is the best time for you to build relationship with other people. You cannot build relationship with people when you are in need. Relationship have to be built when you do not need the other person. When you need the other person, then only you try to build the relationship. Too late, cannot be done. So that's why a lot of things need to happen when you are in an okay state. You need to go and help the other person out, connect with the other person, offer assistance to the other person. This is a very good place for you to do, right? So for those of you who want this sort of energy to embody you, you can set up your workstation in this particular northeast area. All right, you can set up your workstation in the northeast area. So when you sit down that time, best activity for you to do is actually to do resource identification. Sit down and say that in terms of human resource, which means connection, I have this connection, this connection, this connection, this connection, right? So, and how can I further negotiate, which is the ambassador door, to build a better relationship or to build a better working environment with these people. In terms of resources that I have, what are the money that I have, let's say what are the time that I have with myself, or what are the equipment that I have with me, all these things, you need to go and do a stock take, right? So that would be a good activity for you if northeast is the palace that you're looking at, right? So let's go in and take a look at the north palace, right? So the north palace here got the heaven and also the open door. Right, so now open door a lot of time indicating the what we call opportunity, right? Open door is actually to allow other people to come in, right? So a lot of people misinterpreted open door as in going out. Open door is not going out. The function of the door is not to prevent you from going out. Right? The function of the door is always to prevent people from coming in. So when your door open is that you are allowing other people to come in. Right, so that's why it is the door of opportunity. Right, so it's door of opportunity. When your door is open, opportunity then come and find you. Right, so and with the heaven is talking about future building, future opportunity. The grass, basically, a lot of time we interpret this as business. Right, so but in actual sense, the grass is talking about a open white space. So a lot of time is going out to the sea to establish commerce route. Last time when we talk about commerce or doing business, mean that getting out of the safety of your city to connect with another city. So that activity is very, very dangerous. In the olden day, you can die literally going out from a city. Right? So only the brave, those who are willing to take the risk. So the grass is basically a very risky. So right now you're open and then you're opening yourself to risk. Nothing wrong with it. If you want to be successful, it's actually quite okay for you to open up yourself to risk. So you just need to know what is your risk appetite. Right, so and then you need to consider the risk ramification for the future, which is the ninth heaven. Right, so ninth heaven allow you to access future resources. Just now, ninth earth is current available resources. Ninth heaven is to plan for future available resources. So this one is really talking about establishing a future business relationship or business route with people, right? So the hexagram said waiting, right? So waiting basically means that you really need to take a look at the situation, right? So small livestock is telling you that, the gain is a bit small, right? So now the thing is it worth your effort and your time to build this? So you need to know what is your big picture, which is the heaven, right? So does this build into the big picture? Right, does doing this build into the big picture? So a lot of time I ask people to do, seemingly pretty easy tasks, so, I like to ask people to do some videos and stuff like that, do some posting. These are seemingly easy tasks that build to the future. If this seemingly easy task also you cannot do, right, whatever in the future also you won't be able to do. Make good sense or not? Right, so that's why a lot of time when opportunity open to yourself, right, a lot of time people cannot capture the opportunity is because under normal circumstances you have never practiced capturing opportunity. So that's why when opportunity arises, you can't do it. So which means that if let's say that you want to eat rabbit and then the rabbit jump in front of you, but because all this while you have never practiced hunting rabbit, what's the chances of you actually succeeding in hunting the rabbit? None. Some people doesn't even know how rabbit look like. Right? How's it gonna work? Right, so don't laugh. A lot of Gen Z doesn't know how does the animal looking like. Like for example, you tell them chicken. They only know the chicken which is in Kentucky, which is come in drumstick. If you ask them one chicken got how many drumstick, also they cannot answer. They can't. Really go and try it out. Tell them, hey, drumstick. One chicken got how many drumstick? You see, they will go stunned. Right, so because they have never seen a actual chicken before. Right, cow, goat, they don't know. Right, so they've never seen before. So that's why they cannot handle the things, right? So question your risk appetite, like this one is question your risk appetite, and also take a look at whether the thing that you're currently doing, the opportunity you're taking right now, is it the exchange, is it worth the future? Is it part of the future that is basically going through? Right, so you need to take a look at that. Right, so then we got the northwest. Northwest we have the mighty chief there. Right, so now a lot of time also in the practice of QiMen, when they take a look at chief, because chief has been over advertised. Right, so they take a look at the idea of the chief. Right, so then they say that, oh no, this must be awesome, everything in there. And here's the thing, the chief is coupled with the fear. Leader also sometimes is unsure. So this is a situation whereby you have an unsure leader. Right, so you can see the hexagram is a threat hexagram. Threat hexagram means that there are certain things happening at the bottom that you might not be feeling too safe with, right? So that's basically a threat hexagram. And humility is actually talking about you yourself being able to be humble. So really this one is a lot of time you take a look at it. Is it normal that a leader is sometimes also can be scared of the situation? Very normal, but here's the key. Even if you are scared also, you are not supposed to let other people know. Okay, yeah, right. Even if you're scared, you're not supposed to know other people know, because the hexagram already tell you it's a threat hexagram. Modern day, people say that, oh no, for a good leader you need to be humble. Don't try. Do not even try to do that. Oh, you need to be humble and you be vulnerable. They like the thing. People like to see that you are vulnerable. So that they know that you are also a human. It's a complete lie. If you want to be a true leader, there are certain information that you shall not release out to the public. That's how it works. Okay, because why? People who follow you usually does not have your mental construct. right? So if they see you as somebody who cannot make decision, which is where the hard star is, decision making, requirement of actually making decision right now, if they cannot see you, right, it's not a surprise that they will lose respect to you. So that's why sometimes as a leader, you need to put up a strong front to people, right? So that's how it works, right? So you really cannot expect the other party, right? So like some people I know might say that, oh, you need to be vulnerable a bit, it's okay for you to expose your emotion. Question: is the other person that you're exposing your emotion to, can that other person handle emotion or not? Now most people are not trained to handle emotion. All this fear, anger, and all this kind of thing, they are not trained to handle that. Most people are completely isolated and protected from all of this negative emotion. So that's why, when you throw the emotion out to the other person, can the person actually handle or not? If cannot handle, I tell you, you'll just destroy the other person. And most people cannot handle, and I just tell you first, most people cannot handle emotion, no matter what they say. I want to be like this, and I don't believe them, please. Okay, right, so let's take a look at the West, right? So the West, fairly black, with the snake pillar and the death door, right? So now death door is another poorly labeled pillar in the QiMen world. When they see death door, a lot of people think that, gonna die. Hey, hello, the death door is always in the QiMen chart. Okay, right? So the death door just means ending. Now, nothing wrong with ending. Everything need to go through an end. Right, so this one I would say that the snake, the pillar, together with the death door. All right, so it signal a situation whereby you may need to send some false information to people, just so that people will not go into a state of hopelessness. Right, so this one, if you watch enough apocalyptic movie before. Right, so this is where there's a legend in a far land in the east, whereby all the monsters are not there, right? So there is a colony of people, who is able to provide, and we are going to have an adventure, go to this particular place, right, to save our people, right? So you see, these sort of things, right, a lot of times it's basically complete bullshit. Again, if you watch enough apocalyptic movie, you know that oh no, these are basically bullshit stuff that is made up to let people have hope. Sometimes you need to do this sort of stuff, right? At some time, and by the way, we do a lot of this to our children, right? We give a lot of wrong information to our children, right? Especially it's, let's say that the father and mother, the parent is really suffering in terms of financial. They don't go and tell the children that they're suffering in financial, and so that's how they basically work, right? So they tell them a lot of time false information to make sure that the integrity of the other person is kept until a stage whereby the fella would reach the stage whereby you will tell them. So also sometimes the one that very famous one is basically a marriage. The father and mother is already not good with each other, fighting every single day, but they still pretend to stay married for the children. Right, so at that particular moment when the children are small, probably yes, but as the children grow up, right, they will find out why you think they're stupid one. Same thing with all the apocalyptic movie, right? The people will slowly find out that the story that was given to them was actually a false story. This is where the death door come in. Right, so all this particular white lie or whatever that's been given, right, it will eventually reach an end. So if you see the what we call the hexagram, it's an alliance hexagram turning into gathering. So you're actually using all this miscommunication and false information to ally people together, right? To ally people together, because there's probably a need to do so. Right, so there's probably one of the need to do so is to protect the current people at this current moment, but just tell you that this cannot go on for long. Right, so it will eventually chinpo. The bubble will eventually burst. Just put it in the way. Right, so let's take a look at Southwest. Southwest, you got moon, you got scenery, you got green there, right? So it's a situation whereby things that you are currently doing right now, right? So maybe turn worsening, right? So now here's the thing with the scenery door. A scenery door is a door whereby it gives people a view that everything is okay. So scenery door is the pretend door, or you can say, you know, the drama stage door, right? So, you know, right now the information is starting to come out the moon, right? So the moon is actually talking about something that is covered, something that is not known right now, right? So, you know, the things may be coming out right now, right? So green actually indicate a lot, right? So a lot of things that is happening right now is starting to unravel, is starting to come out, right? So all the pretty picture, right? So all the pretty picture that's been painted may not be able to do, right? So because what happened is a dimming light, what we call a hexagram. So dimming light is actually a sunset. It's a sunset hexagram, and now go back to the returning, right? So frankly speaking, this combination, if you're asking about health, is very bad. If you're asking about health, is actually very bad. You know, it's basically telling you your situation is, you know, gonna go into the worst situation, and with the returning mean is gonna reoccur, right? So it's gonna reoccur, right? So, you know, it's the problem, you know, you might look okay, but then actually reoccurrence is gonna come back, right? So it really depends on what you are basically reading, but this particular combination is just look good only, right? So the question is, how is the information being handled, right? So the information from the moon, how is it being handled, and how do you use the information to shape the thing that you're presenting to people, right? So how you basically doing that, right? So, you know, the good part of it is that you will find out. That's the good part of it. So now again, most people are in a stage of denial, cannot go anywhere, right? So most people is like that. They want to hear things that they want to hear. They don't want to hear the truth, despite a lot of people saying that, oh, I want to listen to the truth. No, you can't handle the truth. You want people to lie to you, right? So that's how, you know, most people work in this particular place, right? So question is, you know, are you willing to put out that good amount of lie to the general public? Right. So again, which eventually they're gonna find. Probably not right now, right? So come, let's take a look at the South, right? So South is good for reputation. Harmony hero is a situation whereby you are able to work together with people who has high caliber, high status. So good, ma. So with the delusion door means that, you know, this particular relationship is actually hidden from other people, right? You got house sun backup, right? So you're currently working with a big shot, but, you know, nobody knows that you're working with a big shot, right? So the delusion door also indicate expertise. So the person that you're working with right now is happen to be somebody who has a bit of an expertise there, right? So, you know, happen to be a bit of expertise there, right? So of course, you know, the question is, you know, how long can this thing stay a secret? How long can this thing stay a secret, right? So because the stem is a pink fire stem very difficult to stay secret. Right? So hexagram is a quadrant hexagram. Quadrant hexagram is one of the better hexagram, right? So it's basically a hexagram that indicates superiority, right? So which we're gonna go into a traveling hexagram, right? So this one is basically telling you that, you know, things will happen, you will need to move. So that's why I say that eventually people will find out about this particular relationship that you've been hiding, right? So, you know, all this while, you know, so it's like, you know, you've been reading a lot about the successful people like Bill Gates, you know, like Warren Buffett, you know, and then like Elon Musk, you know, then they will always say that, oh, you know, these particular people are, you know, really good, you know, they are, you know, they are what we call self-made millionaire, you know, they do nothing wrong with that, but then after you find out a little bit that, you know, the parent is actually pretty much the people who help them out, right? So like, for example, Bill Gates, the mom is actually sitting in the board of IBM, right? So how did Microsoft actually get its big break is that the mom actually told IBM that, you know, hey, my son got this particular program, how about we use the program? Yeah. Like Elon Musk, you know, the father have an emerald mind, you know, yellow. Right, so of course Elon Musk can take, you know, a bit of a bigger risk than other people, because why, anything happen, they can always go back to the father for, you know, rescue mission. Understand, you know, this sort of stuff you don't know, right? So, you know, yeah. Right, so even you're talking about, you know, Warren Buffett, you know, parents is actually pretty big in the investment world. They are pretty big fella in the investment world, right? So, you know, it's Nothing, right? So it's those things, right? When people say at the time you don't know, but upon further investigation, then only you find out that, oh, the fella Khao San is very big, right? Right, so if you want to look for backup Khao San, I think this is a good palace for you to basically use. So this is one of the palace that is not bad, right? So last palace, Southeast, right? So Southeast, you got Tiger and Hum. Tiger and Hum usually not very good, especially Tiger. Tiger usually mean escalation. It usually mean situation whereby it is increasing, not very good. Right. So but the Tiger Hum could be very, very good for people who are in the sporting arena. Right, in the sporting arena, this is basically adrenaline charge. It's good for the final run, but then after that you will collapse. Right now, sometimes I really freaking don't understand why people do those those extreme marathon run, those triathlon, all these kind of things, right? It's like, oh no, it's the pushing limit, all these kind of things, right? It's like it's beyond my understanding. It's beyond my understanding. Some people like this sort of situation, right? So but anyway, this particular thing, because of the assistant star, it is a what we call stress learning. Right, stress learning situation for people. Most of the time is actually not really very good. So if you take a look at the hexagram, is increasing, right? So whatever you are doing right now is escalating, and without wrongdoing is probably because you really don't know. Assistant star is telling you that you may be in a situation whereby you are lacking is information when you are first executing. When you're first executing, that time, it's called blind faith. Right, it's called blind faith. It's like people who sign up for war, young people, hot-blooded, some people tell them that it is to protect the country, then they sign up for, enlist themselves for war. Then when they reach the war zone, that time only they realize that this is way beyond their head. Right, only on the battlefield, only they start to see that, the situation is way beyond the head, way beyond what they can handle. Right, so there's just too many things happening at the same time, and at any time they could die, at that thing. The same thing, when you are signing up for your what we call marathon that time. So a lot of people that I talk to, when they go and run marathon, that the first time they run, it's like, oh no, I signed up for fun only, right? So and then after that, after finish running, only they see that I'm gonna die. Then after that, what happened? Next year, still sign up, but this time they train. Right, next year they still sign up, but this time they don't sign up stupid already. They train for the running already, right? So they start to train themselves for the running for the next round. Same thing, right? So really, when you are enlisting yourself for certain things, right? So this one, in terms of sales, because of the harm door sales, this is very aggressive sales. Very aggressive sales tactic. So again, right, nothing wrong one, right? So it depends on what you want to do, right? So if let's say that you're in a phase whereby you do want to apply aggressive sales to chase after your target, but it's second month of the year of the snake, only third month in the entire 2025, so fast you want to be aggressive, right? Careful, this one, if you overexert, right, it can cause problem with the rest of the year. Right, so ask yourself first, whether this is a good time for you to overexertion or not. All right, guys. Right, so definitely there's something wrong with the broadcast, but never mind. Let me just see what is what and how is how, and then see whether we'll be able to rebroadcast anything or not. Okay, guys, that's it. See you guys again. Bye.